Creating a home that is inviting and welcoming to people, including your family and outside company, is a way of creating beauty in the home and learning to be hospitable. Today, we are talking about the art of hospitality. The summer months are here, which means more hosting, more outside activities, more friends with their kids coming over, and having a home that is prepared and having a mindset to be hospitable is important for myself. I really enjoy hosting people, even in our 950 square foot home, but summertime is great because we have a nice outside space where kids can play, where we have a patio table where people can enjoy eating and gathering, playing yard games, and just fellowshipping together. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about hospitality while I go about my day. And we did have some family company come over this evening that I am filming. So you'll get to see a few extra things that I do while I host and what I do to prepare for company. First, friends, I got to talk about these lovely new sheets I found. I am not sponsored by them, but they are just gorgeous. And there are many different patterns that I could have chosen from, but I chose these floral printed sheets that are just so soft and cotton and cool for the summer months, and I am so excited to continue to use them. Even after washing, they just seem to get softer. They're kind of like an American Blossom linens sheet set, but not for the price. So I'm going to link those down in the description box for you. My husband has gotten used to all the floral on the sheets, but he's like, it is getting a little feminine. So I would have probably picked a different set, but these ones came quickest. So I really do enjoy the beauty of this pattern, but of course there's other options as well. So check out the description box if you are interested in a nice pair of cotton sheets for your bed. When hosting, one of the biggest tips I have is to plan. If you know when the company is coming, plan out the meals, plan out activities you're going to do, plan out where people will stay and have their rooms prepared. But planning is really important. I'm a big advocate of planning for even my day-to-day life, my week life, my month. And so just knowing what to have ready for company is really important in that planning aspect. Make it about the people. The people are the reason that you have them over. It's not about the fancy food you're going to make. It's not about the lattes you're going to serve. It's not about showing them your bouquets of flowers. Those are all fun additions to it, but make sure they know it's about them. Make sure they feel welcome. Make sure they know that you care about them, even if that does mean those extra things that they enjoy, that it's about the people. Be prepared. If you know you are having more people than fit around your table, have extra seating, have an extra table brought in, make the outside space usable for all ages. Have extra activities for younger kids to do if you don't have kids in your home, or board games out if you've got teens coming over. Just things that people can do that they will feel that they are cared about and that you have prepared and thought through. Also, in the food aspect, make sure you're prepared. If you have friends who have any intolerances, make sure you have options for them. Don't make a hearty soup with loaves of bread when you have gluten-free company coming over. If they are gluten-free, offer a gluten-free option bread. Or if they're dairy-free, don't make a creamy soup with milk in it. Just be considerate and conscientious of what people's dietary needs are. That really shows you care, and it makes it about the person. And it also helps you just be prepared and not having to rush to try to figure out what you can feed those people. Also, in the being prepared aspect, have enough food. If you haven't hosted often and you have many couples coming over and some kids, just know you're going to need to make more than you think. Leftovers are always good. I enjoy eating leftovers with my family, but it would be a hard time when you come to the last 2 people and there's no food main dish left to serve. So make sure you just are prepared in the aspect of food, especially if it is over a mealtime. So I did make a pear bread that you just saw, and I'd been using a Nutrimil wheat grinder for probably a week or 2 now. So I'm not real learned on it yet. It's something that I'm trying to get accustomed to, and I use einkorn berries so far. I haven't used any other berries to make my food yet. And so I tried that pear bread with freshly milled einkorn berries. I'm also making a berry crisp with blueberries and strawberries that I ordered from Azure Standard, some of their frozen fruits. And you can find my apple crisp recipe on my blog, daviekillian.com, as well as how to be hospitable and the art of hospitality. That post will also be over on my blog. But this crisp recipe is so versatile for any fruit filling, and I did use the freshly ground einkorn flour for that as well. Before people come, it is also important to prep, which is part of the being prepared, but this is just an hour or 2 before the family came over, and I made sure to sweep up the kitchen, get it a little bit more tidied, put some of the dishes away if I had time. And so I just wanted to make sure my home looked a little more picked up and clean, and that I took some efforts to have those fresh flowers on the table and spruced them up a little bit, and that the table was wiped down really well, and that the bathroom, that's a big one. Wipe the surfaces of the bathroom if that's all you got time for. I am an advocate of keeping the bathroom pretty clean. I keep a spray bottle and a rag under my vanity, so I do wipe it down daily, just the surfaces. I do a deeper clean on my cleaning schedule day, which you can check that post out on my blog as well, about keeping a weekly and daily cleaning routine. But the hour or 2 before the guests came, I quickly wiped down the sinks because the kids had been outside and hands were dirty, put a fresh towel out, put the little potty seat away that had been used, and added an extra roll of toilet paper just to make it a little bit more clean and inviting. Like I said, you could also add some fresh flowers to the bathroom, spray some fresh spray in there, light a candle. Just those extra added touches are a beautiful thing when hosting. Usually before quiet time, I have the kids pick up, and they did pick up some, but today I'm just retidying and cleaning up a little bit that did get left out, fluffing the pillows, putting some books away that were left out on the coffee table. And that's something that could be left out if you have company coming with kids. Leave some books out on the coffee table. Leave a few toys in a little basket out for the kids to play with. I had older people coming over that didn't have any kids, and so I did end up putting out just some other books that they could peruse, maybe some magazines, some gardening books, just things that might suit that person's fancy for the time they might be sitting there waiting while you're getting their tea or their coffee or the treats that you're going to be enjoying. My kiddos love looking out our front bay window and seeing the birds and the trees, the animals that walk by in the grass, the bunnies, all that stuff. And so fingerprints are prevalent. And I knew I needed to get those smudges off a little bit before company came. I do clean my windows, at least I used to clean them a lot more often than I do now that I'm pregnant, because I don't want to get on a step ladder or a step stool and climb up to clean our front windows outside. But I do the best I can inside to keep them pretty clean. But I didn't need a bunch of smudges so people couldn't see outside. And again, just keeping it tidied. So one of the things, though, I do want to touch on is the heart behind all of this. It really actually just stems from the heart of homemaking. What is our heart behind why we're doing this? Is it because we just want to show off different things that we own or have, that we want to be known as having the best food or having the best parties? What is the heart behind hospitality? Is it because we want to serve the people that come, because we want to build those relationships? I think that truly is what it is about. It's, again, not about the treats and the food. Sure, those are all beautiful and wonderful things to have and things I enjoy and that I think really add to the element of hosting. But having the heart to serve, and if it's not a skill you have, to learn the heart of hospitality and what that means for the people that come over. As you could see outside the window as I was wiping down our back patio window, it was windy on this day. So all my rose petals, multiples of them, hundreds of them, were on the ground, but it is such a beautiful sight. So before the guests arrive, I plated just some simple snacks because they came mid-afternoon. Some mixed nuts, some roasted almonds, and some dried figs. Nothing fancy. I didn't go and make anything real special. I had that pear bread as well, but nothing that was above and beyond what I could handle for that day. I knew that I had things going on that morning and wanted to garden a little bit and be present with my kids, so I had just done this simple affair. Yes, you can prep treats and goodies beforehand, which I am an advocate of as well, making sure if you want to pull out some cookies you made out of the freezer, pull those out. Something else you could do is offer coffees and teas, and we do have an espresso machine, so I did make some iced coffees for our guests as well. Adding those extra touches. So a pitcher of lemon water is a nice fresh drink to have with the meal, so I'm prepping that now so it'll be cool to sit in our fridge before the mealtime. With it being summer, grilling season is definitely a nice touch to any meal. So my husband made some grilled chicken wings on the charcoal grill, and I just put this rub together. It's from a cookbook that we have that my husband uses for a lot of his rubs and sauces and grilling temperatures and times and things like that for charcoal grilling. So that was something I just prepped because it needed to be marinated a little bit on our chicken before it was grilled several hours later. Like I said, when hosting, it doesn't always have to be fancy. Grilled meat with a sheet pan of vegetables and a dessert and some fruit that the guests actually provided. They offered to bring some food as well, and that's what I suggested. It was just something so refreshing. A great lighter summer meal that suited what we needed for the evening, and it wasn't a super planned out event either. I knew they were coming at some point during the week, and it happened to be just on this particular day, and so just making it very simple. I also like to get my outdoor space prepared too. Like I said, since it is summer, we use this space all the time. It's really nice to just get some of the leaves off of the patio area to have it a little bit more open as well, because like I said, they were a little bit older, the people who came. One even struggles to walk well, so making sure there's enough space for movement, for walking well, good seating with lots of support, things like that. So just being conscientious, I've mentioned this earlier, of what your guests need makes them feel so much more welcome. A quick glimpse of the very simple meal. And to the cleanup. So when hosting, sometimes cleanup can happen the next day, but when you have time in the evening, I like to at least get the dishes started in a dishwasher and get the bigger dishes washed up in the sink, wipe the surfaces down, get any extra crumbs off the floor, and just get that done for the night. Reset the space so that in the morning I don't feel overwhelmed with a pile of dishes. And sometimes company, they're willing to help. And if they offer, I am one who is all for saying, sure, I'll let you help. They'll help me put food leftovers away. They'll sometimes even just start washing the dishes. But, if it is company who you were closer with, that tends to be the case. If it's a newer person, someone you're just getting to know, I recommend just sitting and enjoying the conversations with them and just tell them you and your husband can do it later, because besides, cleaning up with a spouse is good bonding time, I think. So that is some tips I have for being hospitable. Keep it about the people, not about all the extras you can do, but also make it enjoyable and beautiful and lovely for the guest and easier on yourself by being prepared. Prep the spaces beforehand. Prepare the meals and snacks beforehand if you can. Plan ahead. And just enjoy the bonding, the time that you have with the people, because fellowship and community with others is really important. And in-person relationships last and can be grown and fostered. So hope you enjoy. Have a blessed and wonderful day.